First move. And throw it on the far side. Let's see if I can get my headphone connection here. We should be live now on YouTube. Apologies for the late start. There we go. The Burke attacking. Move from the right side to the center. Cleared by Giuliano, but only as far as the 16. And a nice block by the 24. So this is Mr. Buckler coming to you live from Leipold Field. I have Gavin on the camera.
Hello.
Is this your first game from the field, Gavin, from Leipold?
No, I've been here a couple of other times.
Have you done the camera here before?
Yeah.
All right. That looks pretty good there. So just try to keep it smooth. So Blue Devils are a 8th seed in the Section 9 tournament. Despite having a very good overall record, the reason they are a low seed is because their division record is 3-3. They've only lost 3 games this year. All 3 of those games were in the division. So they have a 50-50 record in their division, and their division record is the first seeding factor when it comes to ranking teams for sectional playoffs. They go by your division record first, and Ellenville's is just enough to get them in at 500. So that is how they got in. But that does mean they are a low seed. Now a lovely attack from Gonzalez. Broken up. So they are a low seed. However, they are home today because there are many teams who were able to qualify this year. So this is essentially an earlier round than there might normally be. Ellenville was a handball by Placide, not seen by the ref. Another laid off to the left winger, the number 2, busting the gut to get in the box. He will try a first-time cross over the head of Giuliano, and Steinauer catches it after it went out of bounds already. So let's see if we can pick out your starters for Ellenville. Christian Steinauer in goal, Giuliano at sweeper. It's like Whitehead and Davis, right and left back. Placide, stopper. In front of him, I think it's is it Barros? And then Guinea. Right wing is Pauly, Kashar, Gonzalez in the center. And then Baxter on the left wing. Cleared out by the 2. So yeah, so even though Ellenville are a low seed, this is a home matchup because I guess Burke must be an even lower seed. So this game today, it's live if you're watching on Friday, October 19th. It's 3:03 p.m. We're live at Leipold Field. Attacking throw-in, launched into the box. Going to fall to Gonzalez. Gets a nice flick on it towards the back post. Might have crept in. And then Baxter was there to try to nudge it in, but keeper did well to claim it. So Ellenville's previous game was a 6-0 win away at Millbrook. A game that I believe it was the senior night for Millbrook, so Ellenville were invited to be members of that game. And in that game, Ellenville registered, as I say, a 6-0 win. The shutout was a record-tying shutout of 8 shutouts in a single season by a single goalkeeper. It's a great free kick into the box. Steinauer lets it bounce once and bounce up into his arms. So today, Christian Steinauer and the Blue Devils, but especially Christian Steinauer, the goalkeeper, they are chasing a record. If they get one more shutout this season, they will set the record at 9 for shutouts in a single season by a single goalkeeper. So Steinauer has played every single game this year, or at least every one of those clean sheets he's played, and he's kept a clean sheet. So he has the record. He's tied the record of, I think it's Stephen Barr. And the cross into the box. And it's going to the open net. An easy tap in for Alex Pauly. Number 23 is a great ball rolled across to him. And it wasn't an open net, but he had an easy chance. He just was able just to look up, realize he was literally inside the 6-yard box. He had just anywhere he could basically tap it except the keeper. And he beautifully controlled it under a little bit of pressure from a defender as well. Just said, well, I'm just going to roll that into the left corner here. And that's an easy tap-in for Alex Pauly, and the Blue Devils take a 1-0 lead. Only about 5 minutes in to this sectional game here at Leipold Field. Blue Devils 1, Burke 0. as I was saying, Steinauer chasing the clean sheet. So if they can keep a clean sheet, Steinauer will set a record at 9. And, of course, if they win today, Blue Devils, they will move on to the next round. Ooh, and the ball hits the coach's car on the far side. So the ball is thrown into the box, headed down. Strike from outside the box is well wide. No danger with that one. So coming up later today, hopefully on YouTube, will be the Ellenville High School football team taking on Liberty, and I believe their final home game of the season. We can just adjust the sound level of myself coming out the camera. Sorry, Gavin, find that ball. Gavin, find that ball. It's going to adjust me just a little bit. We'll try that. How's that? Check, check, check. Yeah, that'll work. May have been a little distorted out there. I apologize for that. Hopefully it sounds better now. Yeah, we are live on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in if you are watching. Kashar on the center circle is down, and he's trying to extend his toe, and he's going to get subbed out perhaps, I think, here, and that's going to be really sad if he's got to go off. He just recovered from a pretty bad injury, and he was able to score 2 games ago in the homecoming game at Ellenville. He scored a lovely goal, possibly the goal of the season. And earlier this season, he hyperextended a ligament, so he's been out for many, many weeks. He hasn't really been able to been much a part of the team this year. He was just getting back to fitness. He's having coach try to look like if it's cramped, then they may be trying to address that. And that'd be a big blow to Blue Devils if Kashar has to leave. They've done well. They've played most of the season without him on the field, to be fair to Ellenville. So they are not reliant upon Kashar, but he is possibly their best player. He's certainly one of their best players when he's on top of his game. So, of course, it will be a blow if they have to lose him. So he's going to go off and just take a break, see if he's okay. I don't know if they brought in a sub to replace him, so they may send him right back out. Well, it looks like they did bring on number 9, left winger, in his place. So Baxter's gone center forward. So yeah, they'll just review Kashar's situation for the moment. He'll be bitterly disappointed if he can't come back. Nice throw into the box. It falls to a player of Burke. Get cleared out. Baxter with a good flick, tries to beat the 4. He may get Pauly on the end of it. The 2. Oh, what a nice drag back by the 2 to sell Alex Pauly. And a nutmeg by Guinea. One-touch football by Blue Devils between Guinea, Pauly, Baxter. He wants to wait for Gonzalez on the right-hand side. Cuts it back. No trip. Referee says no foul. And some silky skills there. Accidental handball. Burke gets the benefit of the bounce. On the left wing now, the 9 looks up, puts in a left-footed cross low to Steinauer's near post, and that's an easy save. But what a nice passage of play. Some great bits of skill from both sides. Flick up and high. And the 4 heads it across. He tried to play it through Whitehead. Number 9's got his work cut out from today. He's playing hold-up man. He does well to cut across the box. He's going to get not fouled by Guinea. I thought the referee might give that. He looks to the referee with disdain, and a great ball forward by Baxter. He's going to ask the 15 to come across and cut that out. And nice work by the 15 of Burke to do just that. .12 now attacking down the left wing. Does well to hold it up. Doesn't quite lose it yet. The 11 regains possession. A little step over. Baxter forcing him wide. Number 4 with good skill to cut back one way, then the other. Guinea goes in. Placide's got to clear this. He can find Pauly, but well marked by the 2. And now Gonzalez will just get there first. just too heavy in the 15. 13, sorry, can recover. And a clearance forward by the 4. It's going to be way too heavy. And Steinauer with the easy pickup. A nice block by Guinea and a nice recovery by the 15. The 12. Took his time, goes onto his right foot, he shoots it, it bounces up in front of Steinauer, but Steinauer makes a comfortable catch. But nice hold-up forward play there by Burke there, going into this game. Only down by 1 goal here, as we're about 11 minutes in. Ellenville with that great first goal, well worked, and Alex Pauly there just to tap it in from very, very close range. But a really well-worked move by the Blue Devils, and now they're under some pressure from Burke, who are looking to get back into this game. The only other event of note in this first half was the loss of Kashar Bizwaz after only about 6 minutes. Possibly a recurrence of the injury which has plagued him all season. So he sits on the bench for the time being, I believe. There's a good crowd here to watch this sectional game. A deep strike. It's going to go far too high. But there's a good crowd here on the bleachers. We have some former Ellenville soccer players on the bench. We have some current girls varsity soccer players here to cheer on the boys. The girls have made sections as well. Their first game of the sectional tournament, I believe, will be Tuesday. When the Ellenville, it's an away sectional game. The field hockey team will also have their opening section game that Tuesday, next Tuesday, at Dietz Stadium in Kingston. And ball through to the 9. He could hold it up. He's going to get onto his right foot. Goes down. They're going to say foul. I think a foul by Guinea. Well, it didn't seem too strong of a foul, but enough where the referee saw it, and the referee says, "You're going to win that free kick, my friend." So it will be a direct free kick, I believe, by those 2 hands up he made to the goalkeeper. So, which means a direct free kick. If you're fouled, you can actually take 1 strike and put it on target, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to roll it low. Ooh, and Christian Steinauer was just praying that the field was true and that it didn't take a nasty bounce, as he basically committed to himself to catch it in that spot. And the ball did roll cleanly towards him, but you got to be on your feet, especially on some of these fields. Leipold field, not the best surface, especially on this side to my left of the camera. It's a bit drier today than it was. We haven't had too much rain the last couple days, but for a while there, this field was extremely wet. So there's lots of bumps and bumpy patches, certainly, and muddy patches, or at least dry muddy patches here at Leipold, which can certainly affect the way the ball rolls. But it's a nice day for a game of soccer today. It's just a little cool, but no rain clouds in the sky, just slightly overcast. A beautiful day for a game of soccer. Throw on the far side, cleared out for another throw. Giuliano steps up to take this attacking throw, but Ellenville only got 3 members in the box. Placide is back with Davis in front of him on the halfway line. Here comes the long throw, looking to the near post. Keeper's going to have to come and get a touch, and now it's an open net for Baxter. It's a scramble. Keeper goes down. Baxter takes another strike at the keeper on the floor. Gonzalez tries to lob it in from outside the box. Takes the header. Nice header by Gonzalez. Baxter tries the overhead kick, and the ball just won't fall. Guinea gets 2 defenders on him now. He's going to get forced wide. Got to get his hand on him. No foul, and out for a throw. But what a good spell of attacking pressure from the Blue Devils from a great throw-in. It did what it wanted to do. It wanted to tease the keeper out to make him think he could come and get it, and he did come out. He committed, so he got a touch to it, but then it fell dangerously in the box, and Ellenville had 2 or 3 swings trying to put it on target. Giuliano to try the same thing now from this right side. Launches it again to the near post. Keeper stays on his line. This time he has a defender right there to take it away. Shot on target, blocked by a defender, then Gonzalez. And then Giuliano on this inside. Can't get the cross in. And cleared by the 12 into the center of the park. And Ben Davis comes across, cleans it up. I see Mr. Moyer's in attendance. He's here to cheer on the Blue Devils. Gavin Baxter now almost got onto his right foot for a shot. And Burke tries to clear it out. Now they do look down the left wing. Giuliano's got it, but so does his man Whitehead as well. And he plays it lazily to Whitehead, the number 12 for Burke. Gets it, reads that well. Does a nice step over it, straight into Giuliano, but the 7's there to capitalize, and now Ellenville should be able to clear this out. Whitehead gets up on his feet, finds Baxter. Great footwork by Baxter. He's going to lay a through ball now, looking for Gonzalez, but the 15 is well back to read that. So the 15, look how deep the 15 is playing, which means Blue Devils can actually push up if he's going to drop that deep. And Berkman goes to ground, looks at the referee. Referee says throw in. No foul. Throw in by the Ellenville bench for Burke, though. They play it short to the right back. He may cross this one in. No, he lets it roll to his striker at 11. It's going to be another throw on the far side. And they're going to try an attacking throw this time. A launch to the edge of the box. Headed away by Placide. And a strike from deep outside of the left foot, though. He really sliced it. And that'll actually go out for a throw. Not even a goal kick, but it's stayed in. The 2. Trying to be fancy. And Alex Pauly stands up to him well, the 23. Looks like Kashar Biswas is warming up to come back in. He's on the halfway line, stretching, touching his toes. He's looking like he wants to come back in. Headed away by Guinea. As far as Pauly, Guinea will just launch this one to the Burke sweeper to relieve some pressure on the defense. Baxter pushes up the defender, tries to be tricky, and it might bite him in the butt here. Nice ball by Baxter, and looking for Tyler Fernth on the left wing. So offside call, free kick to Burke. It's a close one, but I think it was offside. But Burke certainly playing a high defensive line, just inside their own half. Throw in on the left side. Comes to Burke. Tries to swing it in with his left, but no dice that time. Throws in, goes over Giuliano, goes under Placide, and it luckily fell to Steiner. No striker was there from Burke to tap that in. And now the 14 up front, Gonzalez will chase this. He's got 3 defenders around him. He gets past one, but he's right back on his tail, the 14. And he gets past him with a great little touch. The 15 cuts across. No throw just yet. But some strong defensive work needed from Burke. And they seem up to the challenge. So it'll be a trip on the 24. And he wins the free kick for Ellenville. So Giuliano with Placide by his side will launch this one probably into the box, looking for either Gonzalez or Baxter. It's going to find them as well, at least close. It's going to fall right in front of the keeper, headed away by the 4. Out for a corner kick on the far side. The Blue Devils win the corner kick. And here comes Kashar Biswas. Looks like he is going to replace Gavin Baxter. He was about to go take that corner kick, but he's being subbed out. Kashar Biswas comes in. Kashar will go short alongside Alex Pauly. The 13 comes across. The ball nicely floated into the near post. Comes off 2 defenders. Ooh, almost bounced loose And Giuliano was looking for the corner kick. The defender cleared it out for a throw. Or did it go out for a corner? I think it may have gone out for the corner. Yeah, it will. So Giuliano will think about taking this short alongside Guinea. And they do. And they're going to try the set piece technique they love to do. Take a touch and then shoot. There comes the low shot. It bounces loose. And he goes for the corner kick. And that's a set piece technique that Giuliano has told me about, that the Blue Devils do like to run. And I've seen it many, many times. What they will do, he's even scored from it. And he's hit the bar in the last game. They play it short here. Now there's two defenders coming across. They will probably launch this one in. And so therefore by doing that, they've pulled two guys out of the box. So that's more chances to swing onto this one. There is the ball lofted into the back post. Comes off a Burke player, but not strong. So some insight into Blue Devil set piece taking I was able to get from Giuliano and Coach Mead over the last week. This past Monday was the senior night. Guinea takes it into his right, strikes it back to the left. And Alex Pauly was there asking for that first ball to be played, and that was holding the defender back. So then Guinea faked to pass to him and then quickly went to the right. Tried the shot himself, unable to get the power on it he wanted. Now Kashar gets some of his first touches since coming back in. Splits a few players with a pass. He wants it in front of him. He's going to get it back. Kashar Biswas, fresh off the bench, hits the post. And desperately close. So scoring Ellenville's second goal here at Leipold Field. And now Placide with a strong challenge across the defender. And he comes across. Stands by him, I think, to see if he's okay. That was a strong challenge by Placide. It's the kind of challenge that could get a yellow card if they did it too many times, probably. I don't know if that same kind of rulemaking goes into high school soccer. Usually yellow cards are reserved for extremely bad tackles. And that was not an extremely bad tackle. It was just a strong tackle. But Placide, he stays on the ground. So it looks like he will. Coach Mee comes over. Baxter comes over as well, who may be replacing him. Kashar Biswas and Brandon Gonzalez exchange a few words just outside the center circle. So Baxter is in. Looks like Alex Pauly is coming out. And Placide is also out. So we'll see if the Blue Devils are playing a man down now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, they got 11 out there. Gonzalez up front. Kashar Biswas, drop striker behind him. And everyone else in the box. Here comes the ball floated in. Flicked past Guinea by the Burke attacker. And great hustle by the 9. He wants the throw. And they're going to say it's a Burke throw. And we have 3 referees here. Referee's going to just the referee assistant. Oh, we have 2 so we have 2 linesmen today. That's a first. We have 2 linesmen and a referee, which I haven't seen that at high school game of soccer for a long time. So the linesman on the far side is talking to the referee just to make him aware of something. It may be that the throw's going the other way. It's the only thing I could think of. But no, I don't think so. They're going to stick with a Burke throw from this near side. He's going to launch it into the box. Headed away by Whitehead. Kashar missed his flick. Gonzalez will have to hold it up now. He flicks it onto Kashar, who has pace. The 15, though, read what he was going to do. Kashar knew he had to really start the pace up pretty strong to get away from the people around him, but well read by the Burke defender. Good trap by the 14. Resets the play to the left wing. The 12 works with the 9. He's going to get called for offside. Giuliano will take this free kick. Yeah, I just realized that we have 2 linesmen and an official. Quite often in high school soccer, there's just 2 referees who each police essentially a half each. But today we have more like a traditional game of soccer with an actual single referee on the field and then 2 linesmen, 1 for each half and on opposing sides. Giuliano's vocal with his no, do not pass it to me, because he knew that he was surrounded. So if the Whitehead on the ball didn't see how surrounded he was, Giuliano made it clear it would not be a good option to pass to him. But the ball's already found its way to the edge of the Burke box with Baxter and now Gonzalez. He can lay off to Kashar. He first time strikes it. The defender was there to get a touch on it. An important touch. And Ferenthal wants to win the corner. It's not going to go that way. He lays it off to Kashar. Oh, and he goes down again. I'm sure Kashar, it must play on his mind. I mean, even at this point of the season, where now it's towards the end of the season, but these are now the big games, the important games. And I think Giuliano was telling me, Giuliano was a member of the TV studio, so I got to speak to him a lot. He was telling me that Kashar, it plays on his mind a lot, that he doesn't want to re-aggravate the injury, which has bothered him so much. And now a tracking back run from the number 4, and nicely tracked back and cleared out by the number 4 for Ellenville. So it looks like Gonzalez, the 14, going to come out for Alex Poli, the 23. But yes, as I was saying, Kashar, he is very aware of the injury, and it does hold him back somewhat now in the way he plays, because he does not want to re-aggravate the injury. Cleared. Steinauer was flat-footed, but his defenders took care of it. So yeah, one thing you may notice with Kashar is that he's not quite at the peak of his game that he has been before, and that's either because he's carrying still an injury, or it's because even though the injury is gone, he does not want to re-aggravate that injury. So he just needs to be cautious, or he's choosing to be cautious with the way he plays for fear of re-aggravating it, which may be holding him back somewhat, but it's totally understandable. So here comes the corner kick on the far side. He's got a low height to it, and Paulie couldn't get there first. The 4 motoring to get that one back. Cleared up now with the 16. Oh, and a missed clearance by Giuliano, or it was a dummy, because he knew it was going to be a goal kick. So it will be a goal kick. We are about 27 minutes into the first half here at Leipold. 2 45-minute halves, just like in the pros. And a misread bounce by the 7 means Ellenville's number 7, Kashar Biswas, can lay it through. What a great ball with some nice backspin on it. Looking for Ferenthal, who should be able to get at least something on that. Oh, unable to. Well shepherded out by the 15 in defense for Burke. Headed up by Giuliano. Whitehead plays it across, looking hopefully for Barros, but a little bit dangerous. Now the 11 plays it down the wing. Whitehead gets a touch. Guinea has it, but he's got a man on his heels. And the 11 wins it back. Guinea steals it back from him. Nicely fought over ball in the center of the park. Now Baxter has it left wing. He faked the first time cross. He's got 2 to his left. He has got time for a strike. Ooh. About 5 yards over, but not much more than that. A decent worked move again from Ellenville. Baxter, great work on the left wing. Faked the left-footed cross. Sold the first defender, and then he had numbers to his right. Found the first option, who could have shot, could have passed to his right. He took the shot on and just got underneath it just a little bit. But it was a decent place to shoot from, just at the edge of the area. Guinea thought about coming for that. They decided not to go for the header, but then the player jumped over and onto him, which is mean Kyle Guinea is called for the foul, but he certainly didn't, I don't think, mean any intent by that, but he admits that he did make the guy fall down to the ground in a way that he wouldn't have otherwise done. Ball into the box is cleared by Giuliano. The number 7, Kashar, plays a 1-2 with Paulie. Does not get it back, though. And Michael Whitehead. Ball to Kashar. And the number 4, whose name escapes me, but I know him. I've played soccer with him myself when I help out with the indoor soccer in the winter months. Oh, a nice play by the 14 to get through Ferenthal. Ellen will keep it in on the near side. Whitehead to Guinea. Guinea can bring it forward slightly to Ellenville's lone freshman, the 23. Alex Poli, number 4 now, chips it to the wing, looking for Baxter. What's the number 4's name? Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? Christopher Leone. Number 4 is Chris Leone, or Christopher Leone. Brother of Pablo Leone. Shout out to Pablo Leone. He's here today on the bench along with some of the other former varsity players I was telling you about. I see Tyreek is here. And I see Sammy Camacho. And Gonzalez, oh, he gets fouled surely. No foul given. I would have thought he would have won that one. He did well on the edge of the box to be strong, and then he seemed to have his leg just pulled away from him without the ball. Here he is on the ball now. Good thing about Gonzalez, he quickly gets his head back up and gets back into the game. Nice play by the 24 for Ellenville. Puts a player bigger than him, the 9, on the ground slightly. And now there's a first-time crossing back. So look at that ball. The keeper it came. First defender got a flick to it. And so a little bit of miscommunication between them. And now Whitehead, so solid in defense. Can he contribute to an attack? He gets a ball in the box, which is not cleared well. And now neither is that one. Third time is not going to be a charm, and it's going to be a throw-in for Blue Devils. Whitehead ready to take it, but he will leave it to Giuliano. Giuliano throws it to the center of the goal. And they're going to say, I think, a handball by an Ellenville player. So I see Coach Mead alongside Coach Dom on the far side for Blue Devils. And this is what they live for. As a soccer coach, certainly as a soccer player, this is what you play for. You play regular season soccer. But, you know, these are the big games, the big moments where all of a sudden now it counts for something. Obviously, every game in soccer counts for something because it counts towards your overall record or your league record or your division record. But today is where it really counts. Today is knockout soccer. Now we are into the playoffs, essentially, the postseason, where everything's on the line. How you perform on the field will dictate whether or not you play another day. Right now, Blue Devils lead 1-0 at Leipold. We're about 32 minutes in to the first half. And should Ellenville lose today, then that's it. Their season is done. No more games. Thank you very much for a great season. If they win today, they go on to the next knockout game, which I believe would be the sectional, I want to say the quarterfinal. I don't think the game after this would be the sectional semi. Hence why this is, normally they do just start with quarterfinals and have 8 teams competing. But this year, because there are more than 8 seeds who qualify, they have to have, for the lower seeds at least, a play-in round. Here's a ball into the box now. Burke's first attack for a while. Cleared well. So as I was saying, there's probably, I think, maybe 11 seeds. So there has to be at least 1, if not 2, play-in rounds before the quarterfinals. And this is one of those play-in rounds for the Blue Devils. Ball cleared nicely. So I imagine coming into this game, Blue Devils would probably be the favorite to win. But it's been a close game. And will certainly not dominate the game like they have others. And yet others, sometimes they've either failed to score when they have scored a few. It's a tight game here. Ellenville had a few good chances. Great footwork by Alex Pauly. Now the 12 gets it back. As I mentioned, the one other thing on the line for Blue Devils today, let alone progressing in sections, which is the ultimate goal here. If they can do it by keeping a clean sheet. The ball, though, now in the box, number 4 shoots it. It's going to come loose. Steinauer gets it. Chris Leone leaves it for him. But, yes, if Blue Devils can keep that clean sheet, as I mentioned before, they will set a new record today. At least they and Christian Steinauer in goal will set a record for most clean sheets in a season. Ball laid off now. The front 3 of Baxter, Pauly, and Gonzalez. With Kashar right with them to try to win that ball back. Oh, a nice step overs, but well read by Kashar to poke it away. And it's going to fall to the side for a throw. So Tim Placide is going to come in for Kyle Guinea, which means Chris Leone is going to step up a little bit, looks like. Looks like Placide will go back alongside Giuliano in the center of defense. Whitehead on the right taking the throw in. Davis on the left back position. So Pauly playing right forward. Baxter playing left forward. And then your spine of the team. Gonzalez up front. Kashar on the ball playing just behind the main striker. And then 2 center mids of Chris Leone and Alex Barros. Oh, and the 4 goes to ground. The 4 getting mad at his own teammate, not the ref. Oh, and the ball comes off of the face of Brandon Gonzalez. And I think he'll be all right. Ball just pinged off his face. Referee wants to make sure that no, make sure he's all right. No head or injury or concussion, but he looks fine. As I said earlier, that's one good thing about Gonzalez. He will just get up and keep going, whether he's fouled or not. In that case, it wouldn't have been a foul. It would have been an accidental ball to the face. But he just keeps on going. And he's back up. Ball bounces over the defender, and here is Gonzalez. Oh, a nice little step over. And jink to the right. He finds Baxter, who can roll it to his right. Looking for Chris Leone. Oh, a handball or a foul. Could have gone either way. Neither way. Instead, the referees let it go both ways. And now on the far side, they are attacking down the wing. Davis looking to get back. He's going to cross this one in low. And Steinauer will come out and get there just before the 7. But that could have been dangerous for Ellenville. Good wing play by Burke. And now the 15 will push up and play it inside. Kashar will read it and leave it to Leone. Kashar will look down the wing for Pauly. Pauly says play it on the ground. Well, one by Pauly. It's going to be cleared and stopped by Kashar. Ooh, and Barros does well. Gives it back to Kashar. The 4 is right on him. Tries not to foul him. Kashar tries to use his arm to help shield the 4. And Kashar probably thought that should have been Blue Devil throw, but it goes Burke's way. They play it short to the 4. Plays the 1-2 with the 12. And he rolls it to the side, to the 11. He's going to roll it. No, he cuts it back. Now he can play it forward, but 24 is there to slow him down. Sliding tackle from Barros. 7's going to get it before it goes out. Cut it back onto his right foot. Play it in with his right foot. It's going to fall to the 4. Gets a strike blocked by Giuliano. Baxter gets a decent ball on it, and it's going to fall nicely to Pauly, in fact, who can maybe work it with Gonzalez. He can now bring it to the wing. And great pressure relief from Blue Devils and Gonzalez after a really good attacking move from Burke. And Ellenville wins the throw. So some excitement here in the final 10 minutes of the half. Looks like Kyle Guinea going to come in for Kashar. Yes, Kashar. Nope, Kashar staying in. It's going to be the 24, Alex Barros, coming out. It's going to be I'm not sure what happened there, whether it was a foul throw or offside maybe. Foul throw, I suppose. The 2 plays it down the line. Looking for the 12, who will try to push it to the corner and then cut inside. Rolls it to the 4. He's going to try to lob it over the top, looking for his winger, who does a good touch to control it. Plays it in second time. Baxter with a nutmeg on the far side. He's going to play up the wing, but no outlet for him there in that position. Giuliano comes across. Baxter lobs it over the top. And Ellenville has a 3-on-2 almost. Gonzalez is going to look for Pauly. It was a hard ball to control. But if he could have just controlled it, he would have been right through on goal with the ball. This is a really good game of soccer here at Leipold Field. Sectional playoff between Burke and Ellenville High School. Headed away by Giuliano. And Baxter does well. Lays off to Kashar. Baxter with a heavy ball over the top. The 15 sweeper is certainly back. Gonzalez tried to shield the ball, win the throw, and he's going to win the throw. Kashar gets it stolen away by the forward. They're going to say foul by Kashar for pulling him back. The 12 does well to shield that ball and pass it off. Nice ball through now. He's got a bit of time. He can cut onto his right. Plays it across the box. Beats Giuliano, but Leone is able to stop it. Baxter tries to find the outlet with Kashar. He flicks it on. Ellenville slightly on the back foot here, but perhaps they can counter, and another free kick goes against Biswas. We're inside 42nd minute here of the half, so about 3 minutes to go until halftime. So Gonzalez stays up, everyone else is back. Almost everyone inside the box except for what looks like a two-man wall of Guinea and Placide. And that's halftime. They won't even get a chance to take the free kick. Referee sticks to a hard whistle of 45 minutes. And so that's the halftime whistle. That's not something you would typically see in the pros. They would normally at least let the team take their free kick, see what happened, and then they would stop the game. But we're not in the pros. We're high school soccer. So that is halftime. Ellenville escapes the set piece. They are 1-0 to the good here at Leipold Field. We'll be back in a little bit for the second half. check, check.
Take Johnny's spot.
Check, check. So James, what's up? What are you up to? Where you work? Landscaping? Yeah. Is it gonna be busy in the wintertime or not? Yeah? Plows and stuff? What's the company do? Dinner? Dinner? You still live in town, in Ellenville? Who? Who's Chris? Hi, Chris. I don't know Chris. I can't vouch for his character on the airwaves. You know what I mean? He's got a scooter as well. He's too cool because he's got a scooter. Tyreek Wooten? He was just sitting right there. What, you get me an iced tea? Let's see. If your brother gets me an iced tea, you can commentate. You play soccer? You play soccer? You watch soccer? Because it's so long, it's in your face, right? If you are going to commentate, he's going to sit where you're sitting though, James. So you'll have to either scoot forward or backwards or sideways. Because I'm going to sit right here when the game starts. Whose spot is it? You look great, man. You look super good. You look super cool. I wish I had hair like you, man. Who could get Bree? Me? Never gonna happen. Alright, Gavin, you ready for this? Second half. Hit record. 45, I believe. Yep. So we're getting ready for the second half here at Leipold Field. I will try not to overload my mic. That should be pretty good. A little bit soft. Just the right amount of amplification on my microphone, on my headset piece here at Leipold Field. We are getting ready for the second half. Huh?
Is that off?
It's on. That one's off. This one's on. Gavin's back on the camera. I think I already hit record, and we're already on YouTube, ready for the second half. So, Ellenville leads 1-0 from a early first half goal. A tap-in as in the end, or a really well-worked Ellenville move on the left wing. I think it was Baxter rolled it across, and Alex Pauly, despite being close to a defender and in front of the goalkeeper, he had a lot of goal to aim at and just was able to simply tap it into the near post. A really nice goal, but a really simple finish. Nonetheless, the all-important and only goal so far here at Leipold Field, that came about 5 minutes into the first half, and that's the only goal so far. We're underway. Burke Catholic going from left to right in the white shirts, black or near black, navy blue shorts, white socks. Ellenville in the all blue going from right to left. It is 3:55 here, Friday, October 19th, Eastern Standard Time, 3:55 p.m. To all of our fans watching in other countries. Taken down by number 23, Alex Pauly, Ellenville's only freshman on the varsity roster. Looks like the Blue Devils, I think. Gonzalez, a nice through ball in. He's going to roll all the way across, and Baxter was there to get it if it came through. So Ellenville looks like they have up front, left wing Baxter, center Gonzalez, behind him Kashar, and right side Alex Pauly. Then in the center of the park, Kyle Guinea and Alex Barros. And then the back four, Ben Davis, so solid left back, Giuliano and Placide, sweeper and stopper. And then Michael Whitehead, another solid fullback on the right. And Burke, though, had plenty of good chances in the first half. As in Ellenville, it ended up being a really entertaining game of soccer. Two fairly well-matched sides. And you could just say it was really enjoyable to watch the teams try to put together sets of passes, defenders reading interceptions. Here's Guinea now with one, charging up the center. He drops his shoulder to the left, finds Gonzalez. He's got Baxter to his side. And a weak touch from him allows the 13 to clean up. But again, Davis reads it well. Tries to reset the attack. So a really good first half between two well-matched sides. Let's hope for more of the same in the second half. Some more really good varsity sectional soccer. Don't forget, this is a sectional game. So whereas every other game this season after 90 minutes, two halves of 45 minutes, after they're completed, if it was tied, it would go into overtime. But if the overtime periods play to a draw, then the game can and sometimes does finish in a draw. Not so now we are in the postseason. There is no such thing as a draw. There has to be a winner. So if they play 90 minutes and we're all tied up, we will go to extra time. Kashar Biswas beats one, beats two. Oh, and the defender was just there to put pressure on him and make him, either he stabbed it loose or he just made Kashar just take a heavy touch. But great play by Kashar to put himself in a dangerous position for Blue Devils. Guinea now wins the ball back. And played down the wing to the ball by if. As I was saying, yeah, no draws allowed. So if the extra time periods after regular time periods are still all tied up, they will go to a penalty kick shootout. So that could happen today in order to find a winner, in order to work out who will advance to the next round, what I think is the quarterfinal round of the Section 9 playoffs. This a playoff into the quarterfinals. So first sub for Burke of the half. Like the 5 coming across for the 13. Who's out? The 5 playing right back now. A launch goal kick. Placide with a touch. 11 knocks it forward. Placide leading with a bit of an arm. And now Burke with the good attack. He's going to bounce up nice for him to throw out the strike. And Barros lets Giuliano come in to clear. They come right by the bench. But some good attack in play. Some great attack in play there. The 5 to throw it in. Headed down by the 4. Look at Davis, clears it well. 15 with a solid head. Baxter with another head. It's about almost 6 headers in a row, certainly 5 in a row. And Gonzalez almost keeps it in. Can't quite. Nice play by the 12. Did a good game at the back, the 15. Been pretty solid back there. Now the 9 will attack on the left wing. Have to play it across the defense, which can be a risky move, and that's why now Ellenville would have won 2. Now it's a 2-on-1. Good coverage. Good coverage from the 14 of Burke. Number 4 wins the ball. Kashar with a little dink. The 2 blocks it. And now Guinea gets there. 2 Burke players. Each leaving it for the other one. Guinea leaves it for Baxter. Nice roll to the wing. Baxter, low cross into the box. It's going to fall for Gonzalez. A tap in. Oh, not quite a tap in. Needed a bit of strike on it, and he got a nice strike on it from Alex Pauly, trying to get his second goal of the game. Left-footed strike. Almost put it back to the far side of the goal, but keeper well placed to catch it and make it look comfortable. But that was probably a decent strike by Pauly. So a good save. And now Giuliano has to clean up. He's just about going to get there before the 7. Burke looking to counter quickly. And that ball's just going to go out for a throw on the far side. That ball is launched high. Baxter should get there first. Nice touch by him. The 12's going to track back on his heels, but he's able to lay it to the wing. Looking for Kashar. And that Burke attacker unable to stop it go. Sorry, the Burke defender unable to stop it going out. So now I see Coach Augustine and Coach Paulson on the far side, alongside head coach Dom and head coach Max Mead and assistant coach Matt Dom. Nice turn by Brandon Gonzalez on the wing. He beats one. He runs into the second. He's able to get past him now to Baxter. He cuts to the left. Knocks it in, defender clears, and they're able to get it out of the box. 12 drops his shoulder, nutmegs Ben Davis. The 4 can keep this in and roll it down the line. Takes another good touch. Giuliano will have to commit himself to the slide and timed it just right. Nice play from the 12, though. He wants it right back. He's going to get it. Working well on this right wing. Great ball into the 7. He takes a heavy chest to the 9. It's a great chest down in the end by the 7. He now volleys it to the 9. He just wants to get it down and have a swing at it. He gets a swing at it. It's going to roll in. Burke tie the game up at 1 apiece. Great forward line play between the 11 and the 9. And Christian Steinauer does not get a clean sheet today. He will not break any records today. Ellenville's going to have to win now if they want to have a chance at breaking that 8-game clean sheet record. It's 1-1 here at Leipold Field. Excellently worked. Excellent pressure from Burke. They just kept on working it. And eventually they got it in. Nicely worked by them. Ellenville disappointed. Hands on hips. But we're back at it. 1-1 here in the second half at Leipold Field. We're about 8 minutes into the second half. So again, a fairly quick goal in the second half. Similar time to how quick the goal came in the first half. And now we're all tied up. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Temperature just dropping a couple degrees, so we've got a real game on our hands now. Burke looking on the attack this time. Giuliano clears it, though, across the park to the 5. He could launch this one. He will launch it up high. It's going to bounce. And Steinauer, now that the record is gone, he can just focus on winning the game. Hopefully the only thing Ellenville will lose today is that chance at the record. Ben Davis clears it low to Kashar. The 5 goes to the ground. No foul. Well, Gonzalez strong, but the 14 strong as well. Baxter comes in now. The 14 goes to the ground. And he finally wins the free kick. To the right by the 12. Now he's down the wing. Gets past Baxter. Davis cuts in and takes the ball. And wins the throw. So 1-1. About almost 9 minutes gone, so about 35 minutes left in this half. Should be wrapping up right about 4:40. Unless, of course, we stay tied up, in which case that's just the end of regulation time, and then we'll have sudden death overtime. The way that will work is if it stays tied up after full 90 minutes, 2:45 halves. If it's all tied up, we go to sudden death overtime for 10 minutes, in which they play for 10 more minutes. But if one team scores, that's it. Game over. That team wins. Oh, the ball is going to fall. Now, good punch from the keeper. Let's say if there's a goal in that overtime period, that team wins. If there's no goal, after 10 minutes, they switch sides, play for another 10 minutes. Again, first team to score will win. But then if it's still tied up after 20 minutes of overtime, which would be 110 minutes of soccer, then they would go to a penalty kick shootout to determine the winner. And typically, if that follows what is standard, there would be 5 kicks per team, 5 kicks each. See who wins after 5 each, and then if that is still tied up, then you go into what's known as sudden death penalty kicks, where each team gets 1, and the first team to not score when the other team does is out. So now Baxter lays it across. Going to be a throw-in on the far side. Nice throw into the box. He's going to bounce loose. Oh, almost bounced over the head of the Burke keeper. He tells his guys to push up, push up. Oh, it's a missed kick. It's going to fall to the 12, though. Getting to get in front of the player. Knocks it to the right. Kashar, nice triangle between him and Baxter. And now back to Kashar. Goes onto his right foot. He's going to get pushed aside. Gonzalez, thank you very much. The reinforcements have arrived. I have to give a huge shout out to Tyreek, because I forgot my water bottle in the studio. So Tyreek, who just went to go get a drink for himself, was able to get one for me. So I highly appreciate that. Tyreek Wooten, former varsity player. Class of 2016, best class alive, according to Tyreek. Oh, it's headed loose. The 12's going to have maybe a shot on goal here. Cuts back onto the left. And backs are able to clear it out. Gonzalez now. Going to find Paulie. Plessy with a vital header to stop the cross. Another ball into the box. Plessy gets a high clearance. Have to get a second one on it, and he launches that one. Just about bounces before it goes out. Left footed cross, top of the box. Whitehead gets there first, but the forward's going to launch it outside of the boot. It's going to drop low. Steinauer waits for the 11 to approach before picking up. Gives his team a chance to push up before he punts this one. Going to bounce for Gonzalez. Takes a touch inside. Can Baxter get there first? Ooh. Referee said offside against Baxter. He's going to say he was being held back by the 13 anyway. But ooh, Giuliano clears it off the 9. It's going to be a goal kick to Burke. Burke win the corner kick. It's going to be not cleared by any defender. A strike from the box edge. Near post. Whitehead's there. No, Paulie to clear it. It's going to go out for a throw. Short pass is high. Kashar. Oh, nice low ball at the keeper, though. The 13 tracks back to his right back position. So now he's there in front of Baxter, but Gonzalez takes a touch now. We're right to, and he's got rolling in front of him to Paulie. Baxter might be able to get this one home. He gets a touch. It's going to roll just wide. Gavin Baxter with a great opportunity, but what excellent interplay at the front between Ellenville's three of Kashar, Paulie, and Baxter. And Baxter took the smart option of taking that first time to almost catch the keeper off guard. But let's give huge credit to the keeper, who was able to make a great save there. Fantastic save was made. And the ball's going to fall loose, surely, to Gonzalez. No. Unable to poke it in. See, goes through the legs of Davis. Guinea's going to launch this one to the wing, and Baxter lets it go for Paulie. Defender's got to clear it out. One-on-one between Davis and the 12. Keeper comes out, does not pick it up. Steinauer tries to trip him up. They lay it across. Guinea has to get a vital clearance. Giuliano was on the line. But Burke looking to put the ball into a net that did not have Steinauer protecting it. He's back on his goal line now. Like I said, he was chasing a clean sheet record before the start of today's game, but now they've conceded a goal here. It's 1-1. That record's off the table. They have to tie the record. If they win today, they can go into another game. Again, they could break the record in the next game. But first, they have to win this game now. And right now, they need a goal to do that. I think Tyler Farenthill going to get ready to come in. Ellenville's number 9. Christian Steinauer getting an important touch. The 9, I think it was, unable to just flick his rear leg onto the ball. It just goes wide for a goal kick, but Ellenville under some pressure. Burke having some good chances now. Tyler Farenthill in for the right wing for Chris Paulie. You know, 12 going to work with a 9. Tries to fake Giuliano out. Cross is blocked. It's going to be a near corner kick. Decent height on it. It's going to go to the back post. I think Giuliano was able to put the defenders off, and I think he did not get the last touch. It was one of those strikers, that he was able to put off. 7 or the 9, so Ellenville wins the goal kick. But they are under serious pressure right now. They keep on getting a couple of counter-attack opportunities. But you have to say Burke on the front foot for the last 5 or more minutes. About 25 minutes left in this game. We've had about 20 minutes in this half, just less. And this should be a 45-minute half. We did kick off just before the estimated time of 3 o'clock here today, I think. Maybe a couple minutes before. Kashar can run onto this. Nice ball looking to the wing. Defender was there for a while. One on the offside. Baxter is onside. Gets fouled. Goes down on the edge of the box. Baxter says, how is that not a free kick? Referee having none of it. And cleared by Giuliano. But referee may argue that he gave the striker the benefit of the doubt on the offside call, and he gave the defender the benefit of the doubt on the tackle, which referee trying to let the game flow, let the game play. And it is a good game of soccer here. Referee just going to allow the 12 to tie his lace, I think, while he talks to the 9, or he's talking to the 9 and the 12 is just going to do his lace while he does it. Interesting. So we're going to get this free kick. Going to be launched up. A lot of backspin. Defender had plenty of time to read it. Kashar now onto his right, onto his left. Right-footed side foot. Still has the ball. Gonzalez rolls it wide to Paulie, who maybe wasn't quite ready to receive that. And no number 7, Gonzalez. Whitehead flicks it. Great trap from Gonzalez. He's going to roll it towards the keeper. Baxter thought about going to get it. And maybe if he had, he may have got it just then when the keeper let it go. But keeper recovers and punts it out. Just inside the center circle. Guinea gets a touch on it. Can't get the second touch. And now the 11 can turn and look for some options up front for Burke. 13 with a deep ball into the corner, but that'll stay in. The 9's got time to get his head up. Think about a good right-footed cross here. They'll put in a great ball into the box. Flicks off a Burke header. And just flicked it past any on-rushing defender attackers in the end. Good cross. Good weight to it. Good height to it. Just, I think, behind the strikers. Now Gonzalez getting pulled back by the 14. Still has control of the ball. Going to get rolled out for a throw. I think Ellenville's going to win the throw. Justin Giuliano gets called up for this one. Baxter at the far post waiting for it. He can't be offside from a throw, so they can relaunch this one and they can line up anywhere they want. Launches it to the near post. That's going to be out for a corner kick, which Giuliano may indeed take. Baxter may come short. Is it another throw? Float into the box, goes to the top of the box, goes past everyone. Gonzalez resets it, pings it back to Baxter. He may have been onside. Just took a touch towards the keeper. Going to be a throw to Ellenville on the far side. Oh, Gonzalez going to get down the wing. Going to get the better of two defenders. Goes to the ground. No free kick again. Referees certainly living up to their living up to their style of refereeing, if you will, and that's being fairly lenient. And a couple of 50-50 or maybe 60-40 tackles, and the referee has let him go, not given the free kick. Placide misreads that one, but gets away with it. 23, Alex Pauly is going to come in for Kashar Biswas. It's a great goal kick, just to the halfway line. It's going to be throw in. White had to take. Referees are saying go back a couple steps. Gonzalez doing the work on the far side, cuts it inside. Defender reads it. Nice drag back by Guinea. Ooh, Burke. Man goes down, no foul. Lunges in, no foul that time. Ooh, Giuliano tried to beat him a second time. The 12. Heavy tackle from Davis, no foul. And then Giuliano gets us a lunging pass in. Tackle from behind, and again, no free kicks. Referee very lenient. Placide gets there, goes side of the man, has to get a touch, goes to ground. Burke has the ball. He's going to look to go down the outside. Oh, it almost dropped to a Burke player. Too heavy strike from outside the box. You got to stand up to see what the screen has, Gavin. You were just now. I could see that you weren't even seeing what was on. You were like just pointing it to the left. Okay. So Giuliano going to kick this one in. Chris Leone in, the number 4. Headed out by the 4 for Burke Catholic. Gonzalez does well. He made straight to shoot this one. It bounced off the 4. Baxter has it. Can he hit it hard and low with his left? He can. Running in the box. There's a goal. Tyler Ferenthal, number 9 for Ellenville, number 2 in the game. And that was a great worked ball across by Gavin Baxter. It came from the throw, which led to Gonzalez drifting inside, taking a strike with his right foot, which pinged off the defender. And then it came loose to Baxter, who had a lot of work to do. He could have crossed it. Instead, he struck it low and hard to the far post, probably on target. And the keeper had to get a touch on it. Pushed it across, and Tyler Ferenthal had made the run to be in the right place at the right time and stuck it home. Ellenville leads 2-1 here at Leipold Field. Ferenthal, I'm being corrected. Tyler Ferenthal with Ellenville's second goal. We're at 4:23, and that means there's about 17 minutes left in the half. 17 minutes left in the game. Ellenville getting a sub ready to come in. Looks like Baxter going to come out. And number 6 going to be pushed in. So Baxter with the assist. And the number 6 is in. The score 2-1 now. 2-1 here. So now Burke has to chase. Oh, and Facade and the 9 go down. They take high five as they both get back up. So the 7 launches it to the back post. Goes over Giuliano. Great save by Steinauer. Can he keep it out? I think he does. Referees are saying no, it is a goal. And Burke ties the game up. Giuliano shaking his finger. Ellenville want to see some goal line technology. They're not going to get it. It was a great cross into the box. And it went over the head of Giuliano, I think, and it fell to the, Burke striker was able to get a really good header on that. And so now we're tied up at 2-2 here at Burke Field. Christian Steinauer just can't believe it that it counts as a goal against him. Our angle's not very good from over here, though, so there's no VAR goal line technology, so we can't really see if it crossed the line or not. Steinauer says it didn't. Burke says it did. Referee says it did. That's what matters. Ben Davis with a great touch. We got a great game of soccer here at Leipold Field. 2-2 with just over 10 minutes to go in the second half. Ellenville thought with that goal that they might be able to use it to ride into the next round. They're going to have to get another one now. First half goal early came from Ellenville's freshman, Paulie, who is not on the, he is on the field, 23, I think. And then the second goal came from Baxter's pass across to Tyler Farrenthal on the field on right wing. The 6 now coming off. Farrenthal, excuse me. I'm getting glaring looks from Van Lees. Did I get the name wrong there? I apologize. The 11 plays it down the wing now. Burke, of course, looking to get one more goal to send them into the next round. Lays it inside. Kashar lets it go through his legs. The 13 can take a touch before striking it. Ooh, had some power on it. And it wobbled in the wind a little bit. We had a great angle of that. It was just curling wide. Steinauer didn't have to make the save, but this game on a seesaw, on a knife edge, back and forth. Ellenville taking the lead twice, been pinned back twice. Burke not yet been ahead in the game in terms of the score, but at times in the game they've been ahead on the possession or on the initiative. And right now we're tied up. Ellenville's going to win that foul from the 4 as he went head-to-head with the 23. See Coach Maxwell Mead just going over to talk to his opposition coach, probably to write down the name of the goal scorer because he likes to keep good stats, which we appreciate because we get really good post-game reports, which we can then bring to you on WELV 107.9. WELV. Ball in from Giuliano. The keeper's going to have to catch it, and good hands. Safe hands from the keeper. A high ball. Leon can't get the header. Whitehead can. Kyle Guinea plays it across to Gonzalez. He's on the wing now. He can look up right, foot it cross into Kashar Bizwaz. It was a really hard header. He had to basically take a few steps back while running at pace to try to get a better angle on it and try to do something with it. He got ahead to it, but not able to put any power or redirect it, really. The 14 tries to find Kashar now. He's got 2 to beat. Not impossible. Oh, the ball went to the wing to Farrenthal. And he now has maintained the ball. Finds Leon. Goes towards the line. Play it back to Ferenthiel. He may come out with it now inside. He's got a little bit of a left-footed low ball in. Going to fall to Paulie, who one times the volley. Just got underneath it way too much. Smashes it over. It's like Gavin Baxter getting ready to come back in on the far side as a substitute. Michael Whitehead does well. Concedes the throw, though. And a poor throw. Yeah, it's going to go straight out for Ellenville. Baxter gives the ball back. Wants to come in. He comes in for Tyler Ferenthiel. And it looks like he will go across to the left wing. With Paulie going right wing, looking for the ball now. Gonzalez center forward, Kashar behind him. Gonzalez holds it up well. Goes back onto his right. And did get a touch. So it will be a corner kick. As the wind certainly keeps it nice and cool here whenever it blows. It's not the warmest of days now in late October, mid to late October, and when the wind blows, it is cold. There's a high corner kick in, going to fall to Kashar, who's not got the best of heights. He gets a header onto it, though, and he puts it just over the bar. Ellenville don't have the tallest of varsity teams this year, which is why they don't always play it up high in terms of from set pieces or corner kicks, things like that. They often play it to feet. Try to work some set-piece routines, which has done well for them this season. Because, as I say, they're not the tallest of varsity teams. They have lots of players who are fairly short but fairly skillful. Players such as Kashar, Gonzalez, Baxter, Paulie, in fact, the entire front four. Neither of them are particularly tall. The tallest players on the roster are probably Giuliano in the back, Placide and Guinea. And maybe Ferenthal when he's on the pitch. Now Ben Davis has to track back. Gets across with a vital touch. Puts it out for a throw. "13 fakes Baxter out, lays the ball down the line for the 9. He's going to be offside. Ball almost fell to Baxter. He gets the one-time finish on it. Almost got in the way of Gonzalez. Or Gonzalez got in his way. They got in each other's way. And Baxter tried the first time, left-footed finish. If he could have got some power on that, it probably would have gone in. It was so close to goal. And the 12s had a good game all day. He's got 2 Ellenville players on him, and they win the ball back somewhat cleanly. Like I said, referee's been pretty lenient today. And now Gonzalez does well to hold it up. Nice ball inside, looking for Baxter. It's going to be cleared away. Gonzalez ball in, but brought out by the 4. He's had a pretty good game today for Burke. Up against his opposite number, Chris Leon. Forced him to play it deep to the 7, who does well to bring it inside. Intercepted by Ellenville, who can now find Kashar. And roll it to Baxter in the center. He's got great touch to hold it up. Get his head up. Tries to thread the needle looking for Gonzalez. Unable to do so. High ball from the keeper. It's going to just cross the halfway line. And Giuliano cleans it out across the park. Whitehead will get there before it goes out for a throw. He will launch up the field on the right wing. And put into touch by the number 4. So we have about 5 minutes left here of the second half at Leipold Field. We are tied up at 2-2. And if we stay tied up at 2-2 after 5 minutes more, we will go into sudden death overtime or sudden death extra time. Ball goes out for a throw. There's a good crowd here. I think both Ellenville and Burke fans here in attendance. And Davis can keep it in. He does well to keep it in against the 13. Now Kashar will get there. Great first time ball to Baxter. I think that's just going to get away from him. You maybe would have chased that just a little bit harder in the first half, but he's probably getting tired now, having played almost 90 minutes of soccer. Touch the side to Leon. Heavy ball, I think, looking for the 23 Alex Pauly, but much too heavy. Referee making sure the throw in is taken from a better position. Here it comes. It's going to drop just inside the box. Burke able to get it up and out. Davis goes to the ground, and finally a free kick is awarded by the referee. We haven't seen too many of those. The occasional one, but not many. That time, referee said, all right, that was a foul. I'll give you a free kick. Giuliano told to push it back just a little bit. What can he do with this one? Steinauer just on the edge of his box. He lets us see a goal from him, but it's struck low and hard by Giuliano. Bounces up. Kashar will come across, but won't be able to keep it out. Keep it from going out. So Giuliano comes across, shares a couple of words with Ben Davis. He will probably launch this one into the box, but Ellenville needs to be careful. Placid, the only defender back for Blue Devils. Leon just outside the box, marking a man. The ball's going to fall into the box. It might fall to an Ellenville player. Guinea gets a touch. Can he wrap his right foot around it? It won't get a chance, as the referee says foul by Leon, and now Ellenville has to get back to stop the counter. And that's full time. So we have had, it's 2-2 after 90 minutes of soccer. Felt like 85 minutes of soccer. But we're at 2-2 here, full time at Leipold Field, but we're not done yet. We will go into sudden death overtime in just a few moments. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're on Channel 20 and WELV. Tied up at 2-2 at Leipold Field, this sectional soccer game. We'll be right back for overtime. All right, so we're back for Sudden Death overtime. Shout out to my man Gavin, who does not have a jacket, so I know he's cold, but he's doing a great job on camera. This is Mr. Buckle coming to you from Leipold Field on Friday, October 19th, 4:41 p.m. So we're looking at about a 4:42 kickoff. If my information is correct, there would be a maximum of 2 10-minute overtime periods, 2 extra time halves of 10 minutes. However, we are in golden goal, a.k.a. sudden death overtime here. So 2 10-minute periods, but if a team scores, so the first team to score wins. So Coach Mead, I asked him about his approach to that, and he told me at the homecoming game this past Monday, what he often says is that in this case, the sooner you score, the less running you'll have to do. As in, if no one scores, if you play defensively to stop them from scoring, which obviously is one of the goals, but if you play defensively, you could end up obviously defending for another 20 minutes, and then if you're not tired already, just imagine how tired you'll be in 20 minutes more. They've already played 90 minutes of soccer, don't forget. So the sooner you score, the sooner it's over, and you can take a break and you can relax. So the same goes true for both sides. Both sides looking for that all-important goal to win the game. Giuliano lets it roll, and Ellenville going to try to work this. Davis, what a turn. If he can get there before the next man, he gets there. He's still strong. Well played by Davis on the near side. We're underway here for the overtime, for the first half of overtime. A great play by Ellenville. They took a chance with the way they worked that back to Giuliano and then across, but came off well. Davis coming in clutch when he had to. Now Kashar to Gonzalez to Leon. Tried the first time strike at the keeper. Oh, and I hear Coach Moore talking to the ref. 2 15-minute periods, strike from distance. So that is in fact how it is in the pros. 2 15-minute periods of overtime after a full 90 minutes. So they are getting the full professional game time in out there. 90 minutes of regular soccer, and now a maximum of 30 minutes overtime. As I said, it is golden goal, though, so the first team to score, if they score right away, that's it. Game over, however long it takes. Ball across Davis. Not going to get there first. The 13 coming up from the back for Burke. He's going to put it out for a goal kick. I want to say no. They're going to say it came off Davis. Excuse me. Davis, can't believe it went against him. I'm surprised it did as well. But it was a quick decision by the ref to call it that way. So Ellenville's going to have to deal with this. If Burke can score from this, Davis and Coach Mead and the Blue Devils should feel rightly, I think, wronged. Disappointed, certainly, if they concede from this corner kick. Burke looking to get the winning goal in. Going to float into the back post, head it up, and head it out. Taking a touch, shoots to the top post, and they miss. Goal kick. Christian Steinauer. So Ellenville playing this overtime period with Paulie up front alongside. Paulie on the right, Gonzalez inside him, with Biswas in the middle as well, and Baxter on the left wing. Those four combining so well together. In the center, Leon gets beaten. Guinea now alongside him in the center. Center defender goes past Placide. Giuliano there to clean up. And he's going to shape onto his right. He's going to shoot from distance. And your fullbacks, as always, Ben Davis and Michael Whitehead. Or is it Sammy Davis? I always get them mixed up. I apologize. But Burke having the best chances already in this overtime period. So you would think Burke on the ascendancy now. Can Ellenville resist the Burke onslaught and come up with a strike of their own to maybe get the winning goal? Baxter now lays it inside, looking for Biswas. Just behind him, Been a great game of soccer here at 2-2. Ellenville scored early in the first half, and Burke equalized early in the second. Ellenville got a goal midway through the second half to make it 2-1. Burke equalized shortly after that to make it 2-2. And so that's where here we are. That's where we stand, 2-2 in our first overtime period of up to 15 minutes, which started about 3-4 minutes ago. Strike from deep. Baxter now. He's going to be offside. Keeper saves it anyway. Would have been offside. Wouldn't have counted. But Gavin Baxter was right there to get that through ball, and Coach Meade trying to say, yep, that's what we want. That is more like it. Keep doing that for the next couple minutes. Chris Leon trying not to foul the striker as he backs into him. Oh, pushing the back of Baxter. He wanted the foul. But one thing that's been consistent, which is a good thing about the referees, is that they've been very lenient this game, not given too many fouls, because there's not been too many, I would say, malicious tackles. Been quite a few strong tackles, but nothing seemingly malicious, so the referee probably using that as a fair indicator of whether or not he can tell if it's worth giving a free kick or not. Oh, a nice touch from Paulie to find Gonzalez. His opposite numbers had a good, strong game against him. And Gonzalez, can he just get goal side of him and put the ball in? He tried it, and the defender, as I said, did so well. The 14 blocked the cross, comes away with the ball, and lays on a through ball of his own. So he's clearly having a great matchup with the 14 of Ellenville. Now the 12 is going to come across and try to keep this in, which he will just do. Ben Davis will come across to try to force him. Sorry, Sammy Davis. It is as the crowd asks for Sam and Steinauer. Oh, he got so lucky with the second attempt. He was able to stop the first cross coming in nicely, but he did not smother it properly, and there was a striker bearing down on him, and Steinauer was inches or seconds away from not getting that ball and Ellenville conceding, but he got to it first. Credit to Christian Steinauer. Made the important save. Now Baxter tried to flick to Biswas. He's got Gonzalez with him. He can strike it. Keeper saves. End-to-end action here, and the Burke keeper is pumped. And we have end-to-end action. Goalkeepers in action, seconds apart in this game, in this overtime sudden death matchup. Action happening here at Leipold. So we're about 5 minutes into the first 15-minute period of overtime. First team to score wins, and they both know it. And we're seeing some attacking football. Low corner kick. It's going to drop low and just be cleared out. Whitehead tries to find Baxter, who will cut onto his left. Low cross from Whitehead, blocked by the 11. He's got two options in front of him. He's going to look for the deepest one in the 12. But Tim Placide stops it. Oh, and Kashar Biswas gets a great tackle in to stop the attack forming. Gives up a throw instead of a attacking through ball. Chris Pauly looking for Gonzalez, just too heavy a touch. A little lazy first time through ball attempt. Ball inside now. Baxter can't quite get a touch to it. And Bergman, surely he fell down there. But they give the foul against Michael Whitehead a little bit unfairly. Whitehead thought so. I thought so as well. Especially in a game where we haven't seen many fouls given for, you know, things that weren't too really. But oh, what a strong push by the 12 against Giuliano. He would try to get there first. Gets the stab on it. Giuliano does extremely well against the 12. He goes down clutching his leg off the field. He may have hyperextended or twisted his leg a little bit there against the 12. And he's not normally the kind of player to stay down if he can carry on. So Giuliano just trying to work his muscle back into shape. He wants to know when he can come back in, so he doesn't want to leave the game. He wants to basically stay in the game. He just wants a few moments just to work on his leg, make sure he's okay, see if he can recover it, maybe stretch it back out. And he's going to try to recover, but he wants to know when he can come back. And the referee said, as soon as I ask for the signal, I'll let you in. And so he comes in, limping in. Justin Giuliano is back. Just when Burke have a throw, try to capitalize on Ellenville being a man down. He's right back in, gets a head right on the ball, and he is back at it, Justin Giuliano. So some great storylines in this game. Now Ellenville has to clear it. Baxter has it, but the 9 tried to get away from 4 players, fell down, looked to the referee again, but they've not been too strong with these decent attempt, but a lot of backspin on it. Steinau will collect. So Burke with the pressure. Giuliano almost back to walking normally, not quite, but for the most part, he's there. Great touch by Baxter to 1-2 with Kashar. He's going to look forward now to Gonzalez, who can't quite get the ball away from the 14, who was right behind him. And now rolled to Alex Paul. Oh, almost the reverse non-look pass. Nice from Whitehead with Leon. Good kick forward by Tim. Looking for Baxter, but the 13's pretty solid back there. Some great defending from both sides today. It's a lofted ball up. Guinea try to get the head on it. He can touch it, but surely a shove. Referee finally going to call one of those free kicks, which has not been given really much all game, and the referee finally does give one for a shove off the ball, an unnecessary foul, and the referee gives it. So I haven't seen too many of those given today, but the referee certainly, I think, did the right call there. Giuliano with Placide alongside him, looking to launch this one into the box. Keeper takes a few steps off his line. The defender has it covered. Ooh, and a push in the back on Guinea, but no foul given. And he can't stop the attack playing. And now Burke on the counter as they pull up with the 3. He slows it down. Rolls it to the side of the 13. Leon comes across to get a block on it, but it's a high ball looking towards Steinauer, and he's able to catch it. He loves to tease the opposition. You could see he almost pretended to throw it at the striker coming at him, which Christian Steinauer, personality for sure in goal. I'm sure it drives Coach Meade crazy, some of the things he does. There's a high ball coming in. Ooh, and Steinauer jumps just to make sure it wasn't going to creep in, but it was well over in the end. Goal kick. Headed on from Guinea to Bezois. And Burke on the attack right away. The striker now have a decent strike on goal. Steinauer making some of the crowd anxious. I can only imagine how Coach Meade feels. That's going to be another shove. They're not going to give that free kick, the 13 on Baxter. And that's one of those ones, again, they could and probably should be given. They're pretty much shoves off the ball when you're not trying to play the ball at all, and you're just actually just using your arm to push an opponent when they're not on the ball at all, which is essentially a foul. It is a foul. We saw one given earlier against Guinea, and that one was part of the same kind of a thing, but not given just then. So ball in against Guinea, now the 12. He's had a great game this game, and Guinea does well, composed to find Leon. He's got some time now. He needs to be smart with the ball, and he's going to give it away to the 4. Now the 4 rolls it to the wing. Davis looks around, knows he's got time, but it won't quite go out for a goal kick. Davis is going to have to work it, and they're going to say it went out for a throw, and if it did, it was very close. Well, we're surely almost at 14 minutes, almost at 15 minutes here in the overtime period. We'll go to a break in just a moment if no goal can be found, but attacking throw comes in. Foul against the Ellenville defender. Which Giuliano will kick up the field. Brandon Gonzalez, the only player in the Burke half right now. This one's going to come to Baxter on the wing. Takes a good touch to control it. He's got Bizois in front of him. He looks inside to Gonzalez, who's able to get the better of his defender for once. Goes side over his defender. Can he strike it from distance? Ooh! Don't know how far over that was, but it looked good from this angle. It probably wasn't too bad for the goalkeeper to think about, but that was a decent, great attacking move. A nice roll by Gonzalez, and that's the last part he'll play in this half of overtime. He comes out for Tyler Ferenthiel. My thanks to Vanelise Malave for giving me pronunciation lessons. And we must surely be at halftime of overtime any moment now, where the players can take another quick break, but they'll be very tired. They've already played 90 plus 15 right now, so what's that, 105 minutes, hour and 45 minutes of soccer. And Coach Meade trying his best to rotate the occasional player out just to give him a brief break. Good play on the wing by the Burke left striker, and now Ferenthiel lets it go. And there's the halftime of overtime whistle I was saying about. And there plenty of sprinting from the Burke keeper. And a jog from Ellenville's Christian Steinauer to join up with his team. Let's get a shot of the Ellenville huddle. A nice close-up shot in the Ellenville huddle as they take one more break in this game. It was a good overtime period. Sometimes overtime soccer can be slow and defensive from both sides, but not so. Both teams there absolutely going for the goal, having good chances too. Burke came out with two really good chances early in the 15-minute overtime, and then Ellenville came on strong. And yeah, a really good overtime period of soccer. And you can see Coach Paulson probably asking Christian Steinauer, did you just do what I think you did when he made that save and he pretended to just throw the ball at the opposition player as he ran towards him. And again, Christian Steinauer, that's his personality. He just wants to have a little bit of fun out there, keep himself entertained. But if ever it was to go against him, he'd be mad at himself. And I'm sure his teammates and coach would be pretty upset at him as well. So we're taking a brief break here between overtime periods. They are golden goal overtime periods. So whoever can score first will bring the game to an end and they will be victorious. So we're just going into the second 15-minute max overtime period. Now what happens if we're tied up still at 2-2 after these next 15 minutes? We will go into a penalty kick shootout, which can be very unfair. But we have to settle the game somehow. We can't play forever. That'll be 120 minutes later of soccer time. 90 minutes regular, 30 on top of that of overtime. So rather than do that, so both players get in a huddle as we get ready to resume. Let's show a quick shot of the Burke huddle and a quick shot of the Ellenville huddle. Again, Leipold Field. It's 5 o'clock, Friday, October 19th. A goal would end it, but no goal means 15 more minutes of soccer and then a shootout. Some Burke players just squatting, stretching out those muscles, trying not to get cramp. Yeah, stretching out those legs. Here we go. The crowd know it. This game has been good. It's been very entertaining. The referees have allowed a lot of play to go, a lot of fouls to pretty much go. And the players know that now. So it's a really good game of soccer out there. And there's the first trip. And just as I say, the referees have been good about letting things go. They don't let that one go. So Burke with a free kick just over the halfway line. They'll even leave it on the halfway line. And they have 3 defenders back. They do not want to get caught out on any kind of counter attack. Ellenville with all their players in the box except for the 14 Gonzalez just outside it. Here's the ball in. It's going to fall. Giuliano with a good head, but it falls backwards. And Tyler Ferenthal can play it out the wing. And that'll be Burke throw. Biswas over the head. Worked by the three of Ellenville. Ferenthal knows he's got some pace, but comes inside. Finds Biswas, who finds Gonzalez. Ellenville working the ball. Oh, the final pass. Tried to find Biswas. Couldn't find him, but Ellenville keep it alive. Ooh, the 9 tried to glance it down. And the 12 strong against Davis. No foul given. Now he's going to push past Leon, but Leon's strong against him. Davis recovers. He goes to ground and no foul. Ping down the wing, but blocked. And the 14 now finds himself on the right side. He's been all over the defense all day for Burke. Quick throw taken to the wing for Burke. Trying to catch Ellenville out. So corner kick to be taken on the far side by Burke. The 5 pushes up into the box. So Burke have one man on the halfway line. Then Gonzalez with the other defender and everyone else in the box from both sides. And now Gonzalez has, Kashar has some space to run into, but he's got defender number 4 tracking him down. He tries to ping it over the top for Gonzalez. And the defender able to cover that one until it goes out. Kashar now trying to stretch his muscles out to make sure he doesn't cramp up. Just about 2 minutes or so into this final overtime 15-minute session. Oh, the 16 tried to let it roll through his legs. Poor decision because Tim read that. But they still managed to work the ball out in their favor. Now Christian Steiner has to come out. Giuliano did not know he was going to come. And now he finds himself out of his goal. He can't pick it up properly. And that was a scramble at the back for Steinauer and Giuliano. But they managed to work something out. And they managed to get it out. And I think it even came off a Burke player. So it's going to be goal kick. Coach Meade, though, wouldn't be happy with that one at all. Steinauer probably needs to give good communication, or Justin needed to trust him, but neither happened. Justin took the decision to clear it himself, even though Steinauer was coming off his line. And have to clear this one up the park. He does. Ferenthal has some space. Two players coming over to him. He gets the touch past him. The 9 now goes down the wing. Crosses into the box. The 14's there to stop it, but Ferenthal will have another chance at it. And the crowd get on their feet now, as they know this is exciting soccer at the dying stages of this game. Leon on the wing. Oh, slowed it down. And then took a touch too much on the wing. Takes it out of play. And so throw in for Burke on the near side. Chris Leon will be disappointed at himself for just taking that extra touch. Oh, a nice read by Ferenthal, but just gives it to the 14. He launches it up the park. Davis now. He's got good pace on him. He should get there first. Steinauer comes way off his line and puts this one out. Doesn't quite go out for a throw, so now Steinauer's got to recover. And Coach Meade not liking what he sees now. Great play by Burke to get this into the box. Striker takes a touch. Guinea can't clear it. Can he lay it off to the 11? He can. He's going to strike from distance. It's going to fall to Steinauer, and he's able to make the save. And again, we got end-to-end action here at Leipold Field. Overtime soccer, sudden death. Overtime. Next goal wins, quite literally. And so Chris Leon comes off for, is that Adrian Barros?
What number?
Yeah. Adrian, right? Yeah, Adrian Barros, 24, coming in for Blue Devils. Like Baxter limping off. He might have some cramp. So, not sure if Baxter, who came on for him. Try to tell you in a sec. Paulie might have just come on, but I thought he was already playing. The ball down the line, looking for Ferenthiel. But the 15 reads it well. He plays down the wall, hits off the hand of Whitehead, and everyone stopped to say, come on, ref. That was a handball, and it was indeed. And they give him the decision. 15 launches it towards past Barros, in fact. Davis reads it. Kashar comes short. First time touches. Gonzalez, ball side of the 14. Tries to thread it through now to Alex Pauly, who just let it run in front of him, and the defender was there. Plays it back. Now Giuliano resets. He's got a few players up there now for Ellenville. It's just too high for Gonzalez, and a high ball up now from Burke. Goes underneath Placide, and there's a 3-on-1 with the 9. Ellenville now trying to stop the 11. He's got options. Burke, again, pushing for that goal. Both sides playing attacking soccer here. And this overtime sudden death period laid off to the center. He's going to have a moment to shape and shoot this one. Ooh, and he gets it all wrong. Gets his angles all messed up to 16. He had a little bit of time, and absolutely he saw the headlights, saw the dollar sign, certainly. Went for goal. And just got it wrong. Pulls it wide. Ellenville escapes what could have been a tricky situation. So we're tied up at 2-2 in this overtime period, which will go to about 5:15. It's 5:08, so we're halfway through. About 7 or 8 minutes left in this second overtime period. We will go to two penalties, a penalty shootout if it stays this way. Both sides trying to not let that happen, though. Both sides chasing the win. All right, good stop by Kashar Biswas. He's got Gonzalez in front of him. The two are going to track back and slow him down. He gets round the two. Kashar goes down the wing. The 16 coming across, though, puts in a tackle, puts Kashar on the ground. Fairly, I might add. Ooh, and a good block by Michael Whitehead. Took it in the gut. And we have a real game of soccer here. The crowd are into it and loving it. And Guinea tries to flick it. Barros. Ooh, and poor touch in the end by Tyler. And now Giuliano's got a one-on-one with the 7 to deal with. He could just put it out for a throw if he has to, and that is what he'll do. As they launch it in now to the box. Placide there with an important kick to clear that one out. We got 2 balls in the field briefly. Christina Torres acting as ball person on this near side. Flicked over. Oh, it almost caught Steinauer off guard. It certainly would if it was a quick strike. Now the 4 are going to strike it. Ooh, and he saw that in his head. He wanted to catch that on the volley. He hit it with decent technique. He connected with it nicely enough. Just couldn't get over it, couldn't keep it down. And so now Gavin Baxter comes on, I should say, for Gonzalez up front. So it looks like it's going to be Kashar as point man up front. Baxter just behind him with Alex Pauly left wing, Tyler Ferenthiel right wing. And Guinea and Barros inside the center of midfield. And Placide now doing some work at stopper. Burke on the attack. 12 is going to cut it inside. Placide lets it roll. Back heel touch. The 12 with an important clearance. Oh, and a poor touch now. Burke just forcing the mistakes from Ellenville. And they can probably sense it. Can Ellenville relieve the pressure and try to put some pressure of their own on Burke? The 7 was offside, but now he's going to track back Kashar. And he's going to maybe win the throw. Yeah, he wants Baxter to run. He wants Ferenthiel to run. Gavin just came on. He puts a ball inside. It's going to be just in front of Tyler Ferenthiel, and the keeper had it covered. But got the crowd again excited. A touch by Placide. Good fair touch. And the Nine's got a few seconds to look up. Try to play a heavy ball to Kashar, who's not going to be able to keep that one out from being a goal kick. And this is the most I've certainly seen the crowd excited about a soccer game here at Leipold Field, certainly for a long, long time. This game literally now poised on a knife edge, can go either way. Whoever can score will go in, and if neither team scores, we go to a penalty kick shootout. And both teams trying their best to score, neither one being defensive, neither one staying back. Both going for a heavy touch forward. It's going to get a lot of backspin on it, so it might just stay in for Kashar if he can get there. He's got the legs to get it. He's got Ferenthiel in assistance. He's going to first time cross it, and that's going to be a poor decision as the keeper catches it easy as Chris Pauly was coming in underneath him. Placide misses the header. Giuliano's got a chance, but under heavy pressure. Barros now, he's got two in front of him if he can find him. Good touch by Pauly. He's got Kashar in front, who is offside. They're trying to play the offside trap on Biswas. And he probably was offside when the pass was almost going to get made. But no offside given because the pass did not come through. And now it's going to fall to Giuliano on the left side of defense. And the striker, good credit to him, cutting across just to get the throw in for Ellenville as opposed to the cross upfield. So both sides giving it their all in this game. And we are about 2 minutes away, maybe less, maybe a minute away from a penalty kick shootout, which neither side would really want. Both sides would rather win it in regular time. Tyler Ferenthiel now is goal side of the last defender. Oh, he went for the first time effort. And keeper came off his line, and he went for what would have been a spectacular goal. He let it bounce once. Keeper took a few steps off. He realized he was off his line. Just thought he'd lob it over him and score the winning goal. Instead, we have about a minute left until this game will be ended by the clock, but he tried to end it there with what would have been special. Ellenville going for it. Giuliano will launch this one back up, looking for Ferenthiel now on the wing. He has it now. He holds it up, plays it inside, though. It's going to get cut out by the 11. And now Michael Whitehead loses out to the 7, but it tries to get back on side of him. And he plays it inside. And Burke plays it forward to Tim. He tries to take a few touches to bring out a defense now. And he's going to run with it. He's going to push up. Tried to find Tyler, but the ball comes down for Burke. And as they look to get maybe one more attack in before the whistle's going to go here. Pauly can't control. All the Ellenville coaches are on their feet now. And that does it. I believe we are, no, maybe not. Skinny going to come off, talk to Coach Meade. No, yeah, we're not done just yet. A few more seconds here of overtime. Can a goal be found? We've had 30 minutes almost of overtime. Baxter now pushing up. He's got one to his left. He's going to find the man to his left. He's going to strike it. It gets a defensive block. The 9 now going to put it back in the box with a great ball. Baxter with a header. And it just goes over. And that was close. Great work attack by Ellenville, but fair play to Burke for dealing with it. Good defense from them, and now they're scrambling to take this goal kick. They want to get the game underway. They don't want to go to a shootout, but I think that's where we're headed. Referee looks at his watch. Baxter gets another head on it. Turn from Gonzalez is blocked for the first time. He still has the ball. He tries to shoot from distance. It's going to get cleared out, and now Whitehead can come forward. But now Burke, they're not going to be allowed to attack. We have the full-time whistle here. 120 minutes of soccer could not separate these two sides. We are going to a penalty kick shootout here at Leipold Field. So they're going to go now and usually toss a coin to work out which side of the park they're going to do the shootout from. And I got to check my battery here. It's very low on the YouTube battery. We're going to switch the YouTube battery, and we'll try to be right back. So I apologize for the loss of signal you're going to get on YouTube, but we don't want to lose this. Let's see if we can touch this. Hit up. I think we are back live on YouTube. I hope we are. I'll check my phone to see if we're back. Yep, I think we are back on YouTube, so I apologize for the loss there. But we're back. Just had to make sure the battery was fresh and charged and ready to go, because we are indeed going to go to a penalty shootout. The three referees discuss. Ellenville discusses. And Burke discuss. They have to sort out their kick-taker order, which, again, is exciting. They have to decide 5 kickers. And then after that, in what order will they go if the score is tied after 5 kicks each, because then they've got to go to a sudden death list. Goalkeepers are allowed to take them, so you could see the goalkeeper for either side taking the penalty kick. But this is a sectional game, which is why we have to decide a winner. We cannot end in a draw. We go to a penalty kick shootout. And it makes it exciting. Say, whoever wins today goes on to the next round, which I believe will be Tuesday next week. Whoever loses we'll go home and we'll be done for the season. Ellenville came into this game as 8th seed. I think Burke is probably there for 9, 10, or 11th, maybe 12th seed. So I think Ellenville was the slight favorite coming in. But not necessarily. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know what seeded Burke were in the Section 9 seeding. So the referees come to the halfway line. Here come the first 5 kick takers for Ellenville, I think. Or maybe the entire 11. We'll see. They'll go for a team meeting in the center circle. They'll work out which goal they want to take these kicks. And this is exciting. It's been a long time since I've seen a penalty shootout of varsity soccer, and it looks like they are going to be going to the goal to the left as Ellenville will line up looking that way. We see the Burke keeper going over there as well. And we see Christian Steinauer in goal for the Blue Devils. He may be the first one to stop a goal, to stop a shot, I should say. You can do it if you want. I don't mind operating the camera for this. Should be fairly straightforward. And we have our first kick taker. The crowd are on their feet here at Leipold Field. Everyone here to watch and see what the Blue Devils can do. Can they get past? So he puts the ball down confidently. First kick to Burke. And he places it just to the left of center. Christian Steiner made a step to the right, and Burke lead 1-0 here in the shootout. As I mentioned, 5 kicks each is the norm. And after that, we go to sudden death if we need to. But otherwise, whoever's leading after 5 kicks each will be the winner of the shootout. Up next, Gavin Baxter for Blue Devils. Takes a big run up. Oh, and the keeper saves it, and it does not cross the line. And he's pumped about it. Stop. Either, if you're going to do that, just take one step down on that one there, because that one, I'm not stepping on that one. Trying to keep the camera as still as possible here for the shootout. Number 12 now. Can you make it 2-0 to Burke? And Steinauer makes a good save. And the crowd have something to cheer about for the Blue Devils. So we're at 1-0 after Alex Pauly, the 23 freshman, the only freshman on the Blue Devil varsity roster, steps up. If he can score this, he will tie it at 1 each after 2 penalties. Right-footed kick is greatly saved. Keeper made a good move to his left. And Ellenville not able to score yet after 2 PKs. It's 1-0 to Burke. Alex Pauly unlucky there. So after 2 kicks each, we're at 1-0 to Burke. Wants the ball just to be on the spot. He will reset it. And the number 9 tucks it in for Burke. Makes it 2-0 to Burke. And now Kashar Biswas, can he score at least 1 for Ellenville? He got injured early in this game. He's had an injury-plagued season, but he's back today. And he buries it. Gets the goal Ellenville wanted. It's 2-1 after 3 kicks each. Kashar keeps Ellenville's hopes alive. So Christian Steinauer getting the cheers from the stands here. Number 7 steps up. Oh, and he took his time, very composed, put it on target, and got the goal to make it 3-1 now. On the 4th penalty kick, yes, I believe he has to score if he wants to keep Ellenville in this now. It's 3-1. If he misses this, that's it. Burke go through on PKs. If he scores this, it's 3-2 with at least 1 more to be taken. Turns around with a quick PK, Gonzalez. And the keeper saves. And that's it. Burke wins the shootout 3-1. They move on to the next round of sections. And the Blue Devils are defeated by Burke Catholic. And Gonzalez hangs his head as Burke celebrate, and the Blue Devils are dejected in the center circle. And that's a tough way to lose a game on a PK. As I said, no one likes to lose on a penalty kick shootout. You'd much rather lose in regular time, I suppose, than lose in a shootout. But that is the game. Burke wins 3-1 on penalty kicks, and Ellenville is eliminated. Their season comes to an end. It's been a fantastic season for the Blue Devils, but they're going to have to get their heads up and do a handshake. As Burke comes across, obviously they're happy. They're going to do handshakes. Ellenville not happy. So all the seniors, they know that that's it. Their game is over. They were hoping for a sectional run, essentially, a deep run. This was a play-in game. They wanted to at least get to the next game, which would have been a quarterfinal. They wanted to go all the way to the sectional finals, if not, and win the whole thing. It would have been a chance at doing that for some of these players' last chance, but that's it. It's all over, and some of the players taking it pretty hard. But we're done here at Leipold Field. As I say, it's been a fantastic season for the Blue Devils. Some of these players have had fantastic senior careers, fantastic varsity careers. But that brings the game to a close here at Leipold Field. It was a 2-2 score after 120 minutes of soccer. And then after a penalty kick shootout, Burke Catholic wins 3-1. This has been Mr. Buckler bringing you your commentary. If you're listening to this live out there on YouTube, don't forget the football game, Ellenville home versus Liberty, will be coming up at 7 p.m. So that's actually not too far away now. That's in about an hour and a half. So that's where I'm going next. In the meantime, shout out to Gavin for doing camera, and we will see you all next time. Oh, and we just see the players as they come across to give their applause. And that's it. So we're done here from Leipold Field. Thanks so much for watching. Mr. Buckler signing off.